She's the Oscar winner, she's the Tony winner, and she is gorgeous. But it hasn't gone to Marcia Gay Harden's head, which is to her credit.
No, not at all. So good to see you all.
I love it. God of Carnage, which I was lucky enough to see in New York City. Jeff Daniels, James Gandolfini, Hope Davis, and Marcia Gay, for which you won the Tony. Terrific. They're a phenomenal run here at the Music Center, at the Amundsen Theater. First of all, congratulations to you. Why do you think this is running so successfully?
The play is just fantastic. Yasmina Reza wrote it, and actually I really think it's successful because it's about a funny, brutal disillusion of a marriage. I think everybody understands these kind of crazy fights, and her writing is so succinct. The cast that they put together, we're playing with each other. We've done it for a year and a half in New York. It's James Gandolfini and Jeff Daniels and Hope Davis, and brilliantly directed by Matthew Warchus. And it's funny, but it's funny about things that you would hate to say are funny.
Well, you know what?
Your foibles.
Well, but what's interesting, and I tell you what, if you're a parent anywhere, the initial conversation is without, it's like Bobby pushed Davy, and the parents get together to talk about it.
Right.
And then that's just a jumping off.
You can imagine, do any of you guys have kids? Because you're all 12.
Right.
Okay, good. So you know how when somebody tries to tell you how to parent your child, in that moment you want to be like, okay, I get it. Johnny was not polite, but there's this other part of you that goes, you say one more word, like the lion comes in. And so it's that combination, and then you mix it up with a little bit of alcohol and some marital things that happened before, and a dead hamster, and it's done. You're done.
It's effectively it's our 9 o'clock hour, essentially. Let me ask you this, because you've had such wonderful success and do such good work on the big screen. Is the debate with something like this, it I don't know, precludes you from doing a particular movie, or is it when you just determine how you allocate your time?
Well, this was a blessing I think for all of us. We had been away from the theater for a long time, and while you're on the big screen, it's fantastic, but sometimes your area of responsibility is like this. And so in a play, this is an hour and a half with no intermission, and it's a real acting exercise, and all of us just dove in, thrilled to do it. And it made me love acting again, in a way.
Does it make you a better actor?
Yeah, sure. I think so. I hope so. The next project, you'd be like, I don't know what she was thinking.
She had it. She did that show.
She was good, and then she did that play.
We actually, it's a clip from the play, so observe.
Yes, I stand up for civilization, and it is lucky there are people prepared to do that. Do you think being a Neanderthal is a better idea?
Come on now, come on!
Is it normal to criticize someone for not being a Neanderthal?
And I asked you this before we started here. When you're done, are you just like spent?
Spent, yes. Full, yes. The audience gives you back so much wonderful energy that you feel bubbly in a way. You feel like you just can't go to bed right away. But then, at 3 in the morning, knowing that I have to be here or whatever, like at 5, it takes a while to come down. But I think that it's not an exhausted spent, because it's the audience is feeding you so much back. And the good news is that, since we've been out here in Los Angeles, because as you said, we did it in New York, this is a huge theater in LA. The Amundsen Theater is a very big theater. And when we first came to the theater, we were looking up at the top and going, oh my God, how are we going to fill this space? And we have some mics, and that helps us, but you can't really tell. But it's translating beautifully, and the LA audiences are absolutely loving it. And you find, like, how funny, the laughs are in the same places, but then the director comes in and moves a few things, because I think the play's a bit darker now. It's a bit more brutal now. We've all had time away and come back to it, and everybody's playing so much. And it's, I don't know if you had said before, it closes on the 29th.
Right.
And so there's still some yummy seats left, not a lot, but there's still some, and it's just it's a great theatrical experience, and it's translated into this into Los Angeles quite perfectly.
And do you think, and can you tell this when you play Broadway, Los Angeles, or other cities, does each city or each city's audience feel different?
In some ways, there's a universality about what you said. People who have children, or even people who don't, but you're dealing with the machinations of raising children in a family, and it becomes brutal and funny with a veneer of politeness. And the play goes much, much deeper, but because it has these universal themes, I think the response to it is the same no matter where you would go. I mean, we've not taken it on the bus and truck tour, but you're going to see me, Hope, and Gandolfini right, on a bus and truck tour. I can see it. But I think it would be the same no matter where you were, depending on the direction and the speed of it. I mean, that whole thing, louder, faster, funnier, there is something to that. Yasmina Reyes is French, and when they had done it in France the first time she directed it, and she had, says that she had directed it in a way that it was much slower, and it was much deeper, or darker. British Matthew Warchus comes in and directs it with Chris Hampton translating it, and he's like, faster, faster, really, 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 you can just, move faster, move faster. Like, okay, and it becomes funny, but still, it's still very painful because loss is painful.
I tell you what, Marcia Gay Harden mentioned there are yummy seats. It's next to the delicious section.
Yes.
Almonds and Theater extended now
down
through
the
the
road
29th.
from Tasty.
213-972-4400, 213-972-4400, KTLA.com, big red info button. Really nice to see you. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
What a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Very
Christine is skinny now.
Very.
Oh.
You know what? Stay for a while.
She knows.
Let's talk about that.
Do I get to move over now?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
He's
More
in a
compliments, the
competition.
better.
We do a thing with, it's one of our sponsors, Lindora. And 3 of us have lost weight. And the gal that I'm competing against, who's our producer in the entertainment department, you can't see her, but tell her that I'll tell you. Have I lost more weight than she has?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
He's lost so much. I was looking at his hands a little while now. I was looking at his girlish face.
How about that?
Thanks for having
This
me,
will
guys.
take him all the way through the weekend, Mark.
Yes,
I'll just go.